So one thing we like to do on the MeepleCore podcast is praise publishers for fine product. Give them kudos. And in this episode, we're going to give kudos in our publisher praise segment for IELLO. This is IELLO. It is not IELLO or IELLO. It's yellow, like the color. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure we've heard it said by them many times.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about IELLO and what they do, why we like them so much. And we're going to start with Matt. Because I think Matt is our resident IELLO lover.
Yeah, I look forward to their booth I didn't get to go to Origins this year, but
I
any
missed
Origins or Gen Con I go to, I don't beeline for it, but I'm definitely keeping a big eye for it, and I will stop as soon as I see it. To start off with, I'll just bring up Master Fox. It was a cute little game they had where you wore like a mask and you did all this like blind stuff, and everybody's got a pool of like little, it was like snakes and hens and cheese and all this different stuff, and you're supposed to pull out a certain type of pieces or whatever.
Critters.
So, yeah, critters and stuff. And so it was a lot of fun. And then one I didn't get to play. I don't own this, but it sounded like a lot of fun. It's called Oingo Poingo.
Is that the one with the rubber band gun?
Yeah, the rubber band gun and all that. You need a very large space to play this, but whenever they're explaining it, it sounded like a lot of fun. So,
well, we kind of demoed it at Origins.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, because they had it set up and we shot and stuff. We just didn't actually play the game.
right.
So we kind of experienced it. Yeah, I like that one. And I think my favorite game by them by far is Steam Park.
Yes.
Steam Park is simply amazing. I remember Matt saying this too. We got done with that first playthrough and we were like, this game was awesome. I mean, it's got that real-time drafting aspect, or not drafting, but rolling aspect to it.
Right.
Where you roll and try to grab like those markers in the middle of the table and stuff. And
Which I don't usually like real time, but that was fun. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's because the whole game's not real time.
Right. Just that aspect of it is.
Which I guess they got Zombie 15 that I picked up, but
Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. It's that was a game that I saw some people. They had a giant version set up at one of the conventions.
did they really?
Yeah,
Oh, is that Gen Con?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember that now.
So they had that giant version set up, and I watched people play it for a while. It looked like a lot of fun. So,
What's your favorite game, Matt?
my favorite game by them,
I think I know what it is.
oh yeah, well, yeah, I left it off. Probably Medieval Academy.
Yeah, because it's on your top 10.
Yeah.
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 So it's a phenomenal drafting game. Man, that's so good. I like that one.
Yeah.
And actually, it's amazing. I like the artwork in it, but I almost like, as crazy as it sounds, like that might be the worst artwork to me out of all
It's
their art.
not
really?
their typical style.
Right.
It's not all
But it's still
flashy,
good.
bright. They usually have the real bright colors and everything. So
Yeah.
Actually, that's one thing I was gonna kind of say kudos to them about is because most of their artwork on most of their games is really top notch.
oh yes.
Oh yeah. And I'm not saying that Medieval Academy is not.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but I'm saying if that's your lowest quality game as far as art, you're doing something right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to trying Oceanos. I had that in my Gen Con preview from last year, I believe, or maybe it was, I'm pretty sure it was last year. Haven't picked it up. I really should. I don't know why I haven't. But I did pick up at Origins. They had the 4 bundle of Dungeon Fighter expansions.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
And I love that game.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of you played it, right?
We haven't played it.
I have.
Oh, you have.
Oh yeah, it was
Birthday
you and
party.
I. Yeah, right. And that was so fun. I mean, it's impossible to do some of those things, but like where you bounce the die basically over top of a card.
Right.
I don't know if you ever bounced the die. It is not as. I mean, I guess if you play it a whole lot, you'll get used to it. But man, that was a lot of expansions for one game. It's awesome. Eric, give us one.
Oh, all right. You guys already talked about a lot of them, but also they have their book series, the Tell
Yes.
series.
Mm-hmm.
We just played the Tortoise and the Hare one,
Yes.
and
I
that
think
was
that's
pretty good.
I think that's one of their better ones they have.
Would you
Right.
all say this is must buy if you have kids of age to play them?
I don't know if it's a must buy, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
My kids enjoyed it, so I would
That's good.
I would
You talking
recommend
about the
it.
Tortoise and the Hare one, or
Oh,
just
the series, like all the game. Maybe
Oh,
not
I
every
want-
game, but
I want to say the series probably. I know some in the series is pretty missing by some accounts I've heard from.
Yeah.
oh, the ones you haven't played though.
Right. But
Well,
the Tortoise and the Hare is, I think, regarded as one of the better ones.
Is that the race?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I played that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the one that we played? I think we just demoed it, but like the ants, the picnic table. I don't remember.
Ant and the Grasshopper, maybe something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember that being that bad. I kind of enjoyed it. Like like when Theron gets a little older, I'll probably pick that one up because I remember it being cool.
Right.
Like I enjoyed it enough to enjoy it with kids. I mean, the point is that's kind of how kids games are anyway. You're never going to find a kids game that's like the adults want to play it all the time by themselves.
But you go for these games that you don't mind playing them.
Yes.
And that's what I go for. Yeah, there's plenty of kid games where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so bad, but they might still enjoy it. I look for games that I'm still going to enjoy playing with them.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I really like that. And they have Welcome to the Dungeon.
Yep.
Phenomenal. That's awesome. If you're not familiar with that one, that's basically pressure luck by like loading up like a monster deck and trying to go in there with a guy who may not be armed. It's pretty fantastic. I am absolutely terrible at it, and I'll still keep playing it. I think I've lost no I'm not even joking. We probably played it about a dozen times, and I've lost every single one of them, typically by dying. Because I think if you have 2 hit points, you die. Yeah. Anyway, so talking about my my achievements in gaming there, right? But obviously that we're saving the best for last. Maybe, I don't know, King of Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got to play with the expansion to it though.
yeah, I
I think
agree with
that
that.
adds quite a bit.
You know, speaking of which, we should probably get that for the O'Shea's thing.
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Yeah,
They go on sale at Origins and Gen Con quite a few times.
That'd be cool. But I mean, we've taught this game a few times now to just our little boards and bites event that we do at a local pub once a month. And I mean, there's very few people that you can show King of Tokyo to and them not like it.
Right.
I mean, because if they don't like it, they're already an experienced gamer and they've kind of moved on past those games. Not that they don't like it, but it's kind of like Settlers of Catan, where it's like been there, done that,
experienced that.
It's gateway,
Right.
but it's definitely a game that's like filler, or not really filler, but it's
It's light.
It's light enough to have a conversation with, but it's still deep enough to be excited about. And you know, especially when if you want a game where you can be excited about what other people roll, take him out.
Right.
Yeah. So really fun though. Really fun. Anything else that you want to add to?
One I have not played, but I would like to play it was just because at Gen Con this past year, watching people play the Mountain of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
That looked like a lot of fun to play.
Do you know the concept of it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Where you got all the rules changing and everything, and you keep getting, I guess, curses on you or something, and you got to do this silly stuff. But...
So it's like cooperative, but you might, every time somebody says the word something, like you have to stand up and sit back down. So like you're doing silly things as you're playing this game, or like sometimes you can't say a certain word or whatever. I don't remember all the cards, but it basically gives you restrictions because your characters are becoming more insane.
Right.
The insanity is a Cthulhu based.
Right.
And so like as you become insane, it puts these restrictions on you, these stupid little things that you have to do. And it just makes you, it just basically kills time because it's kind of timed, I think, somewhat on certain rounds. I haven't played it either. I just remember watching the previews.
Yeah, I just sat around and watched people doing silly stuff, and they were laughing a lot. It seemed like they were having fun.
I think Matt has left off one game of this list that he wants to play as well.
What's that?
Bunny Kingdom.
Bunny Kingdom. Actually,
I looked into it. I got really excited because we have bunnies.
Right.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a heavier game.
Like for your family, it might just not work.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was going to be cute and fun.
It is cute.
It is cute,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit heavier game.
Maybe we can get it and play with us.
Yeah.
And then when your kids get older, you can play it.
There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go. So, anyway, anything else, Eric? Yeah.
I just had a couple of lists of games that we haven't played or I haven't played. That is on my want to play list. World Yo-Ho. They had it at Origins. I missed out on buying it.
You missed out because I told you to buy it.
I know, and I went back and it was gone.
They had like 3 copies. Of course, it'd be gone.
But hopefully, he said he might have some at Gen Con. So if anybody's looking out for this game, I think it is
It was like
pretty much out of print.
$15.
Right, but at Gen Con, they might be discounting it. Found it in their warehouse kind of thing. But you use your phone and an app on this big game board.
As your player piece.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
You attack with your ship. And
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that one. We talked about Bunny Kingdom. Biblios is a highly regarded game. Haven't tried it out yet.
An old
I know
game. They still sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Dungeon Fighter, Zombie 15, and also Mountains of Madness. So there's just my list of games as from them that I wanted to play.
And then Tim, what about longest name ever?
Oh, the Cherry Blossom game.
Yeah, I thought about getting that at Origins. I just, as I ran around and spent all my money, I came back and I was like, well, I better not. But it's like Legend of the Cherry Tree that spawns every 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Something. Legend of the Cherry Tree would have been fine.
Right.
But whatever. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And the other thing is it's like a pressure luck style game. I'm a fan already. Mm-hmm. Just from my perspective, everything that I have played from IELLO has been awesome. Like I said, King of Tokyo, Dungeon Fighter, Medieval Academy, Steam Park, and Welcome to the Dungeons. I say Dungeons because there's 1 and 2 or whatever, or Welcome Back to the Dungeon.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I got Rumble in the House, which I thought was pretty good too, but I don't think they publish that anymore. Somebody else does. That might have been one of their earlier games, so they didn't use the artwork that they are known for.
Right.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an alright game.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was alright. But everything they've got that they've kind of did on their own and like put all their time and effort into is just amazing. And I'm looking forward to playing Titanium Wars actually, because I picked that up from them and I read the rules and we were going to play it. And then I think we had 5 people and it's only 4 players. So I was like, darn. But either way, publisher praise to IELLO for being amazing. Awesome games, super good artwork, and we're going to give a round of applause.